Hello, Tim from Fairplay Now on the 27th of October 2021, and it's budget day here in the UK, and it's the day when the government decides to tax us even more money and to announce spending schemes to put our country even further into debt that we will not be able to pay off for probably another decade on top of all the other decades that we're already kind of going to be paying debt off anyway. So that's fantastic, isn't it? And this sounds like a real kind of spend type of budget as well from the headlines I've been looking at. So very much a non or unconservative type of budget, sort of looks more like kind of hard left Labour with a little bit of Green Party type of budget going on there, as far as I can see anyway. So that is fantastic news. But I saw recently, as many people watching this, including perhaps you, the video that Neil Oliver did the other day that went viral. I think it was called something like does the government think we're stupid, or words to that effect. And in that kind of speech of his, I won't go into it too much, but a question he asked is, does the government even like us? And I think we got our answer to that a day or two ago when Johnson was in that, I think it was a classroom, and he came out with his perhaps we should feed some of the humans to the animals statement. Obviously it's supposed to be a joke, but I think you can get the measure of people by the kind of jokes they come out with sometimes, can't you? So I think, Mr. Oliver, if you're watching, you got your answer to your question yesterday. Also, I noticed that Starmer has supposedly tested positive for the lurgy, so he wasn't able to be in the House of Commons today to respond to the budget speech. He had to leave that to the Shadow Chancellor instead. So that's a little bit more nonsense going on there, I think. So just a couple of observations there. Before I go, I'm going to give a couple of shout outs, which I don't normally do, but there's a couple of people with some really worthwhile ones here, and from a couple of subscribers. So the first one is the Hillside Animal Sanctuary, which you can find at hillside.org.uk. That's hillside.org.uk. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. I think it looks like it's one of the larger animal sanctuaries in the country, and it looks like a very good cause indeed. So if you want to go and check that out and donate, feel free to do so. And another shout out that I've been asked to do is from a guy called Christopher Nunn about central bank digital currencies. Christopher's actually a guy local to me, and I've seen him at our local stand in the park a few times along with his parents. Very nice people. But Christopher's got his own website, and he talks a lot about all kinds of things that interest us, about the lurgy and the big V and the Great Reset and all of this other stuff. And he talks about, on his website he's put together a thing, I guess it's a series of resources that talks about the central bank digital currencies, what they are, why they're such bad news, and I think it will be very educational if you're interested in that sort of thing. And it might be an idea to check it out anyway, even if you're not, because central bank digital currencies are going to be a cornerstone to the greater reset and the proposed social credit system that's kind of being planned for us by the kind of powers that shouldn't be. And just to explain them very briefly, from what I understand, is they're a little bit like Bitcoin. But whereas Bitcoin and those kind of digital currencies are completely decentralized and potentially a good thing, because you can carry out a transaction without any of the powers that shouldn't be being any the wiser. Well, of course they don't like that, do they? So they want to counter it with their own version, which are called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. And they'd love to get these in and to get rid of cash altogether, because once they've done that, and to get it in, they'll make it look really, really good. It's going to be, they'll kind of sell it to you as looking sort of really, really convenient. They might even give you things like, I don't know, £100 Amazon voucher to sort of sign up to it and get you sort of get started with central bank digital currencies. So it will look good to start with, but once it's established and they've got rid of cash altogether, that's when the problems will come in, because they'll be able to shut off your money or prevent you from spending your money whenever and wherever they want to. So if you wanted to subscribe to UK column news, for instance, or something like that, you wouldn't be able to, because that would be on the sort of banned list of things to spend money with. And if they didn't want you travelling any further than 25 miles from your home, any shop 26 miles or more away from your home, you just wouldn't be able to spend your money in those shops. So effectively keeping you, well, locked down really, either in your own home or sort of at least in your sort of your sort of own locality. So they're not a great thing. Christopher kind of describes it in a much better way than I do. He's got a lot of resources on his site, all sorts of videos that kind of goes into the background and then into what these things are and why they're such bad news. So I'll put a link to his website in the description box below as well. So you can click on that, go through and find out all about these things if you're interested in them. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.